on your left side at the station. Give us just a moment, please. All right, if you choose, now's the time. Yes, today, we hope everybody's enjoying their Labor Day weekend. Hopefully this starts out this way. And for the safety of our younger riders, we do ask that the adults place themselves on the outside of the road. If this is not practical, please make sure that they're held or easily within your reach. And everyone else, please remain in your seat, arms, legs, sitting inside the railroad car. And we do ask that you please do not eat, drink, or smoke on board. Covered cup, bottled water is just fine. In fact, we encourage you to make sure that you are hydrating yourself well on these warm days. And we'll say goodbye to Conductor Mike and Alana, our station master of many stations today. You're going to see her everywhere. So let's head on up to the Firestone station. Such a gorgeous day to be here at the village. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to have a sweet treat over there at right behind Town Hall and have your frozen custard today. And we're passing by our Smith Creek Station. This was outside of Fort Jerry, Michigan in 1858 on the Grand Trunk Railroad. Jerry's over there and he'll tell you all about the family and what happened to a young man here. And well, who was that young man? Hope you had a chance to see our brand new building over here, which is our vegetable shed. It was built originally in Eastern Market in 1861 through 1894. Next weekend we're going to have our Old Car Festival. We're going to have beautiful cars on display there. The following weekend we're going to have our farmers market, so come on back for that weekend. So the next 2 weekends, this village is partying, let me tell you. Our railroad roundhouse takes us back to the year 1884 in Marshall, Michigan on the Detroit, Toledo, and Milwaukee line. You get coal, water, repairs here. And this was located in Marshall, Michigan, and they were every 30 miles apart from each other, but this particular one is one of 10 working roundhouses left in the United States today. It is not a museum. We work on our locomotives. Number 7 was restored right there inside the roundhouse. Liberty Craft Works, stop in and see our master craftsmen at work, a glass display. Pottery. A print shop, weaving, carding. And we're going to go right through the middle of the working fire district. If you have a Firestone tire on your vehicle, well, Henry Firestone was born and raised here. He his home in 1828 in Columbiana County, Ohio, on the Pennsylvania border. This home was built in 1828 and was the last residence to be brought into the village in 1984. Stopping and see our little lambs. We have 2 new calves over here, our chickens, our pigs, and our chickens. We're working out in the farmers in the garden here. This is a personal family garden. And then we'll be setting their vegetables up into the downstairs area, so we hope you get a chance. There's a merino sheep over there. If you have anything that's made out of merino wool, you've got something that's going to last you a lifetime. Now we have returned right up to the Firestone station. This will take you to the museum, to the parking lot, and of course re-enter the village. Now you'll see the people are walking across the tracks at the time. Please don't do that. There's a signal going right there. That means to stop. When that signal is going, please don't walk in front of the train or behind the train until the signal has stopped. This is for your safety and the safety of those people who are on this train. We appreciate if you learn it here, you'll learn it outside the village. Especially with our children, they need to learn too. Now please remain in your seat until we come to a full stop. Once we fully stop, you'll be exiting on your right-hand side. Wait for the whistle, please. And look on your seat at the floor to make sure that all your belongings are going with you. Wait for that whistle. All right.
Some kind of water.
Well, it looks like there's
Oh,
water.
there's water splashing up. You can see there's water.
And there's water running down that little piece that it splits on. Alright, so where are we at?
everyone else, please remain in your seat, arms, legs, head inside the railroad car, and please do not eat, drink, or smoke on board our train. Cover cup, bottled water is fine, and we do encourage a lot of hydration, of course, on this warm day. We are now leaving behind the Edison, excuse me, not the Edison, No.7 from 1897. We have two of them out today, and the other one is the Edison. We'll say goodbye to Haley and Anna. Thank you so much. We do ask whenever you see the signal going up here, we already had people walking in front of the train as we were coming in. For your safety and the safety of those people here on the train, please do not cross the tracks when the train is coming in or going out of the station. We appreciate that. Now we are divided into districts if this is the first time you're coming. We are divided. The first district will be Model T. This little white farmhouse is where Henry Ford was born on July 30th, 1863 in the upstairs bedroom. This is about 2.5 miles east of here in the corner of Ford Road and Greenfield. Head on over to Ford Motor Company and then catch yourself a Model T ride. Miller School is here, one of the schools Henry attended as a child. Head on down Main Street, take a ride on the Herschel School in 1913 carousel. H.J. Hines House, known for the 57 variety, originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And the two-story gray brick home there, or I should say building, that is where the Wright brothers bicycle shop is, and this is where aviation began on all of the airplanes of today. Next door, the family home, both of those coming from Dayton, Ohio. Right now of the kitchen sink engine, which Henry Ford invented. Don't forget to stop over behind Town Hall, center of our universe, which is the frozen custard, kind of around enough for all the movies on. Edison at Work District, the world famous laboratory of Mr. Edison. He patented 1,093 patents in his lifetime, set by his office, his workshop, and this was here and dedicated on October 21st, 1929, when the village and the museum were dedicated. It was the relighting of the original light bulb 50 years later from that date. It was done right here at Menlo Park. Sarah Jordan boarding house, one of the very first homes that ever had the lighting of the incandescent light bulb. It was the only one out of 3 that's still standing today. Next door to that, the original Fort Myers, Florida laboratory. And yes, this actually had the original ground that it was built on in Florida. That was the stipulation from Mrs. Edison after his death. We're now coming into porches and parlors. To the right, you'll be able to see the blue oval of Ford Motor Company. That is the test track for the Ford vehicles. Ackley Covered Bridge was originally located in 1832 on the Wheeling Creek in southwestern Pennsylvania. Behind it is Edison's grandparents' home from Ontario, Canada. Top of the hill, you'll see a big white house. That's Noah Webster's home. He wrote the first American dictionary. Cotswold Cottage is also up there. It's made out of limestone. Dates back to the 1600s. A Cotswold Cottage that was Gloucester, England. And let's say hi to Mike. Behind him is the Susquehanna Plantation, 700-acre tobacco farm in the Tidewaters of Maryland. I'm going to ask that you please remain in your seat until we come to a full stop. Once we fully stop, you'll be exiting on your left-hand side. After the engineer gives us the whistle, you can exit on the left, but please check your seat on the floor to make sure all your belongings are going with you. If you're going to the baseball game, you run off that. If this is not practical, please make sure that they're held or easily within your reach. And for everyone else, please remain in your seat, arms, legs, head inside the railroad car. And we do ask that you do not eat, drink, or smoke on board. Cover cup, bottled waters are just fine, and we do encourage a lot of hydration today. Thank you. And we'll say goodbye to Mike, our station master here today. Thank you, Mike. We have 2 trains that run until a little after 3 o'clock this afternoon, and this train will end over at Fifth Creek about 3:15, 3:20, somewhere in there. And then we'll go back to 1 train. Now again, our Susquehanna Plantation, 700-acre tobacco farm in the Tidewaters of Maryland, 1860. Plimpton House. Now this is the oldest American building dating back to the early 1600s. Mom and Dad Plimpton and 7 children lived in this 1-room home and shared that loft for sleeping at top. Now the Ferris windmill happens to be the oldest existing windmill in the United States, dates back to the 1600s. The juice for grinding corn was located in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And our Daggett Farm, 1754, Andover, Connecticut. You might see Mrs. Daggett spinning on her spinning wheel, cooking over an open hearth fire because stoves were not invented yet. And look at this beautiful front garden we put here. And we have Herschel and Morgan horses back here. We have sign number 7, built back in 1897. This is a Baldwin locomotive using coal for the fuel. The fuel will heat the water, and the water now becomes steam and pushed through the steam tubes under pressure. This particular locomotive was actually used by Henry Ford himself. Was his favorite locomotive, was restored. Took over 10 years to do so at our railroad roundhouse. Now as we head back this way, please keep those arms and legs and head on the inside of the car and sit back and enjoy listening to the sights, the sounds, and the smells of the steam locomotive as we head into the natural section. Look around, you never know what wildlife we might see back this way. Pretty warm today though. In the red and white, and they are playing baseball in the 1867 rules of baseball. This is our last weekend for the historic baseball. There's no baseball mitts, they weren't invented yet. It's a gentleman. Come back and find out what happened to you down there. And you'll see our vegetable shed over here. From 1861 to 1894 was the original Eastern.
Along the way, from the to Detroit and back again. And off to your left is the newest addition to Greenfield Village. That's our vegetable building from the Detroit Central Market. Built here in Detroit in 1860. We'll use it as a farmer's market and other special events throughout the year. And that brings us to the heart of our railroad junction. Just up ahead is our Detroit Toledo and Milwaukee roundabout. Imagine that, going to class in a rail car.
Or if you want to, go ahead. Yeah, I'll take it too.
Built here in Dearborn, Michigan in 1861. Henry was born in that white farmhouse in July of 1863 and lived there with his parents and 5 brothers and sisters. All the way to your left, the red building is the William Ford Barn. It's where we take care of all the horses we use every day here at Greenfield Village.
That open building is our new Detroit Central Marketplace that was built in 1860. We are going to have specials in 2 weeks, September 17th and 18th. We'll have vendors and we'll have cooking demonstrations, also signature crafters with their wares. Do come, enjoy all the activities of a real central market. Over to our left is the Detroit Toledo Motor Walk. And our artisans are working with the same skills and the techniques that they used back in the day. We also have the Armington and Sims machine shop here, built in 1929. And here you can see our candlestick holders. We have the Laranger gristmill, the Denso carding mill, and the Tripp sawmill mills here as well. Working farms. Here you can enjoy the sight, sounds, and smells. Clothing like that of 1885 are carrying out the way over to the right is a barn with real animals. We have chickens, and sheep. The farmhouse you see there is the Barbie Fire. He was a in that area. Now sheep would have been their wool would have first one is the Henry Ford Model T. Look over to your left and you're going to see a white farmhouse that was built in 1861 from Dearborn Township. That was the birthplace of Henry Ford. He was born on July 30th, 1863, up on the second floor, the oldest of 6 children. And we also have the Ford Motor Company where you can see this is the house.